but my tip is most likely going to be the favourite Perspiration.
Perspiration, 100 metres to go, is coming away, and it's going to be no sweat for Perspiration. Won at will. 2.5 lengths, Snack Bar, Photo Third, Just for Show, or Brigella.
So I'm having 0.5 units to win on Talbragar at $11.
Talbragar with 100 metres to go is drawing clear, and Talbragar gets in. Talbragar from a late finishing Ballinger.
I'm with Mahaba in race number 9.
Starlight Scope at the 50, staving them off for now. Mahaba's coming at it. Mahaba lifting, and out wide Nicolini Vito. It's a photo between Mahaba and Nicolini Vito.
Hello everyone and welcome to this year's preview of VOBIS Day from Caulfield. I've labelled it Roughies Day. There's a ton of roughies that I like. I've taken on some short favourites on the card. Last week at Mornington, a minor loss, but having Talbragar winning saved it from being a total wipeout, which was good. Looking to get back into the green ahead of next week with a good day on Saturday. Race 1 to start the day is a benchmark 70 over the 1200 metres. The favourite is Buse. My best of the day comes up in this race as well, just letting you know. Pure Paradise and White Bear drawn out a tad wide, the second and third favourites. Tiffany Valentine is the fourth favourite. This was a last start replay of Buse, White Bear, Thala, and also Tiffany Valentine at Caulfield. I think all four of these horses have really good chances of winning on Saturday. I think this is the premium form reference. In particular, Buse. I think Buse stands out here as the one to beat. Had to get a long way back from the gate and should have won. Now on Saturday is second up fitter. Draws gate 3. Celine Gaudreau claims the 1.5 again, bringing it down to the 60.5 kilos. And I think it's the one to beat. Best of the day, 1.5 units to win on Buse. In for second at a big price, La Carice. I think this horse has some decent form lines back through last preparation. Has won 2 from 4 first up. Has the new trainer, so it could spark better performance, improved performance. I think $46 is over the odds. Draws gate 5 for a good run as well. In for third, Thala. 3 wide, no cover. Last start, Forget. Good 2-back win. And then in for fourth, White Bear. Draws a tad wide. Didn't have a whole lot of luck last start, but will probably need to improve to beat Buse. I've got Buse on top ahead of La Carice in race 1. Race 2 is a benchmark 70 over the 1800 metres. Moya Lass is the favourite at $4.80 ahead of Smokin' Princess, who's at $6 for Michelle Payne. Then you've got $7 for Splashback, $7.50 for Tommy. The rest at double figures. This was the last start run of the fourth favourite Tommy at Bendigo. This was a benchmark 70 over 1600 metres where it got beaten pretty comprehensively by Coco Sun. However, on this day, Tommy was first up. It drew wide, so it had to do a bit of work to get outside the leader, and it carried the 62.5 kilos, which is a big weight. Now on Saturday is second up, strips fitter, draws gate 10, so can settle hopefully on speed with cover. Jayla Kennedy on claims 3, brings it down to the 59.5 kilos. I reckon it's a tad over the odds at the moment at $7.50. I'm happy to have it on top ahead of Moya Lass, who was a good first up winner at Sandown. Goes up to the 1800 metres here, which I think suits. Celine Gaudreau claiming the 1.5 suits. Just draws a tad wide, might have to get a bit further back than what Celine would like, but still a good chance. In for third, Rebadge. Decent last start at Flemington, but it's had a little freshen up since then. Draws gate 8, Luke Curry in the saddle. It can go back to winning ways. And in for fourth, Unseen Ruler. Draws wide, but it's got good form. I like Tommy in race 2. Race 3 is the VOBIS Gold Mile over the 1600 metres. Pounding is the short price favourite at $2.30, ahead of Barbie's Fox at $5. And you got $6.50 for Belle Savoie. Those are the only 3 horses in single figures. The Country Discovery, this was this replay, and Pounding features in it. Pounding ran third on this day behind Savannah Cloud at Yarra Valley, and it was a good first up run. I think second up now strips fitter on Saturday. Draws gate 9. That's my only query. Where does it get to? Does it go back, or does Luke Nolan push forward? To be honest, I reckon he'll go back, but I think 1200 up to 1600 metres is the real X factor in the race. Pounding is the best horse in the race, and I've got it on top for a reason. I think it'll win. New York Hurricane in for second. Surprised this horse isn't shorter. Draws gate 3, can settle in a non-speed position, is race fit. It can run well. Barbie's Fox has been running a lot up in Sydney recently. Draws well for a good run. Matthew Cartwright on. Decent chance, and Belle Savoie in for fourth, gets in with a 55 kilos and is race fit. So That's my top 4 for race 3. I'm with pounding. Race 4 is the VOBIS Gold Distaff over the 1400 metres for the fillies and mares. Extra 2 is the favourite at $3.80, ahead of Narconi at $5. Then you've got Papillon Club at $6.50, $7.50 for Avetna, $9.50 for O2 Good. The race doesn't end there. Stack of chances. I'm with the second outsider of the field on top here. This was the last start jump out of Matron Bullwinkle. Now, this horse jumped out well, but its form last preparation speaks for itself. Ran second, only beaten 0.3 lengths to Foxy Frida on Oaks Day during Cup Week last year. That's good form. First up, last preparation was a winner as well. So I think Matron Bullwinkle is over the odds. I'm mainly taken by that Foxy Frida form line. If Foxy Frida was in this race, it'd be odds on. So I think $15 is way over the odds. Draws 9, so we'll have to go back and run past them all. But I think it can fill a minor placing. That's my realistic expectation, but I've got 0.25 units the win on it, just in case it gets over the top of the lot of them, which I wouldn't be surprised if it does. In for second, I have got Fire Avetna. Draws gate 10, will fly across and land probably outside the leader, and it's race fit, racing well. It can win. Papillon Club in for third. Draws gate 6, third up now, is ready to peak. And then in for fourth, O2 Good. Should get a good run for Luke Nolan from the low draw. I am with Matron Bullwinkle at a price in race 4. Race 5 is the VOBIS Gold Heath over the 2,000 metres. The favourite, short price favourite, is Berkeley Square at $2.40, ahead of Regal Asmon at $4, $7 for Magnus Spin, $7.50 for Let's Be Frank Baby. The race doesn't end there like last race, because I'm with another horse at double figures. This was the last start win of Quay Quay in the Terrain Cup. A lot of you will be surprised that I am tipping this horse, but this race, the Terrain Cup, rated surprisingly well. I know it's a big step up from Terrain to Caulfield, but this race rated very well, and I think Quay Quay is up to the class of some of these on Saturday. We'll roll forward from gate 9. I think we'll land in the lead, and in a race where there doesn't look to be many leaders, it might set up to be an on-pace dominated race, and I think Quay Quay at $10 is a good bet. 0.5 units to win on it. In for second, Let's Be Frank Baby. Third up now, ready to peak for Jamie Mott. Gate 3, good run. Berkeley Square in for fourth, will be charging home from the back from gate 7. Regal Asmon, the last start winner, in there for fourth. But I like Quay Quay in the VOBIS Gold Heath. Race 6 is the VOBIS Guineas for the 3-year-olds over the 1,600 metres. Mowdown and Elphinstone both come out of the same form reference last time at Bendigo. Mowdown's $3, Elphinstone's $3.20. Then you've got $5.50 for Sox Nation. And bigger odds the rest. So we're going to take a look at a last start jump out of Sox Nation. I thought it cruised into this jump out very easily up to the leader by the end of the jump out, but its form before this was really good. 2 back, ran second behind Fists of Fury on All-Star Mile Day. I thought that was a very good run. Then went to the Valley on William Reid Day and ran behind Grinzinger Bell and Vibrant Sun in a race where there was big gaps in the field. So it's had a little break since then. Drawn 12. That was originally my query, but then I looked through the field and went, well, there's no out-and-out leaders in this race apart from Sox Nation. I reckon it flies across from gate 12 without having to do too much work up the hill and get a lead of its own, and I think it can hold on and win. I've got it on top. In for second, Elphinstone should map well from gate 4 with Luke Curry in the saddle. Mowdown in for third. Will be storming home from the back if they go too fast up the front. And then in for fourth, I've got Eugenius. Draws well for Shane Nichols. It's a last start winner. So I'm with Sox Nation in race 6. It's that time of the week. It's last man standing. Sammy has extended his lead. He's the only one in the green. He's probably going to win it from here, but I'm not going the early crow. The last man standing meeting will be on the 11th of May, so we've got 3 Saturdays to catch up. Geordie has made his way into second. It's been a big comeback from him. Sky High Horse Racing third, Simon fourth. I'm just not going too well at the moment, am I? So this is what we're doing this week. Sammy's having $100 the place on Jigsaw. Geordie is going to have $500 the win on Jimmy Star at Eagle Farm. Sky High Horse Racing is having a $500 win all up. Neon's race 2 Flemington today. This preview will be going out after that race has been run, but so right now it's currently 1:21 p.m, 14 minutes before Neonce's race, so it's all fair. So that's his win all up. I'm just having $500 the place on Matron Bullwinkle. I'm going to Hopefully it sneaks into the top 3 and gets me a good return so it doesn't look like a total failure. Luckily, this isn't real money that we're dealing with either. So that's what we're doing last man standing this week. Race 7 is the VOBIS Gold Sprint over the 1200 metres. Ray Magnerio is the favourite at $4.20, ahead of $4.50 for the Astrologist. It's a wide open race this, $6 for Jigsaw and General Bow. And those two horses came out of this form reference, the Country Discovery at Yarra Valley. General Bow was held up and probably should have won, but you could say that about multiple runners. Jigsaw was 3 wide, no cover the trip, and was very game. And for that reason, I'm with Jigsaw on top. Draws a tad wide, gate 9 on Saturday, but has the speed to come across and settle outside the leader. Has to carry the big weight of 61 kilos, but compared to some of the other horses, it's not too much weight. I think will be better for that run at Yarra Valley. It's now 3rd up. It should get cover or settle outside the leader, 1 out this start, and I reckon it's the one to beat at $6. In for second, I've got the Astrologist. Has been running in some Group 1s its past couple of races, now drops back in grade by a fair way, draws 6 and will be in an on-speed prominent position and will take some running down. It's in for second. General Bow in for third, probably should have won that race, maps well from gate 3. Ray Magnerio in for fourth. Low confidence race for me. I'm with Jigsaw on top. Race 8 is the feature. It's the VOBIS Showdown over the 1200 metres for the 2-year-olds. I know I don't normally do 2-year-old races, but because most of these horses have had a start, I was able to do my ratings. So, Bold Bastille, short favourite at $1.65. Lincolnshire at $7.50. The only 2 horses in single figures. Now, this was a last start jump out of Centre Square at Avoca. This horse is trained by Kieran Maher. Had 3 starts last preparation in the spring. Most notably when it finished 4 lengths off Anisa. And we all know how good Anisa is, winning the Percy Sykes. Since that run, Centre Square has been gelded. And this was a decent jump out at Avoca, and in a race where I don't think it's the strongest showdown I've ever seen, I think it can run really well. It's got the Kieran Maher Declan Bates combination, and we all know what that can do with Pride of Jenny. So Centre Square, I've got on top at $35 ahead of Biz D, who I think was a good run behind Feroce and Perspiration last start. Perspiration has come out and franked the form, winning last week at Mornington. Draws well in gate 2. It's the other one. Those are the 2 on top for me. I could hardly split Centre Square and Biz D. My advice would be to back both of them, but I'm not having any units on them because I don't do 2-year-old races. I'm not confident enough. In for third, Link View. This horse draws 12. I think stepping up to the 1200 metres will help, and Jamie Mott on is also a plus in my opinion. And then in for fourth, Bold Bastille. I'm happy to take her on this start. She's got her own way the last 3 wins she's had. Now she has to go up to the 1200 metres, which is she's never seen before. Has to deal with a big field, abundance of speed. She's going to have to try and hold the inside because she's drawn 3. I don't think she warrants a $1.65 price tag, despite winning impressively the past 3 starts, but that's just my opinion. I like Centre Square and Biz D in the showdown this year. Race 9 is the VOBIS Gold Dash over the 1200 metres. Hedged is the short price favourite at $2. Moby Dick is the second favourite at $3.40, and those are the only 2 horses in single figures. Is it a 2-horse race? Not in my opinion, because this was a last start run of Bossy Nick at Caulfield behind Inhibitions and Moesha. This horse settled in an on-speed position and I thought was very game in defeat. Second up, will Strip Fitter, has a couple of gear changes, or maybe more than a couple of gear changes on Saturday. I know it's got a few. Luke Curry, drawn gate 8, will settle probably midfield to off midfield, be sweeping around them, hopefully gets the back of a horse like Moby Dick, and I think it's good enough to win. So I'm with Bossy Nick on top at $16 and also having 0.25 units to win on it. Pantalone in for second. This horse has flown under the radar, winning benchmark 70 last out. Now drops back to its own age group and I think is over the odds at $21. Moby Dick in for third at $3.40. I think it's a really good horse. Should have won last start at Bendigo, but was just 100 metres too short. Now it steps up to the 12, which is good. And Celui, draws 5 on speed, will run well at $16. But I like Bossy Nick. I reckon it's over the odds in race 9. Race 10 to finish the day is an open handicap over the 1400 metres. The favourite is So Risque at $5. Gets in with a 52.5 kilos here. Bel Air, the second emergency, is the second favourite at $8. Those are the only 2 horses in single figures. This was a replay from Flemington from last year in May featuring King Magnus, Milford and Packing Waltham. I think all three of these horses have good chances on Saturday, and this form line was pretty good. I've got Milford on top, the outsider of the field, at $67. That's not a joke. I've got Milford on top. I think it's 4 from nothing at the distance and 5 from nothing first up. But this run filled me with a bit of confidence to say that it might have some sharpness in its legs to be able to run well first up. And off this performance, Milford gets a 4.5 kilo weight swing on King Magnus and 3 kilo weight swing on Packing Waltham. And that probably puts it on par with those two horses out of that race. And Milford's at $67. So I'm happy to have it. Draws 10, which is about the middle of the pack. Should hopefully get to midfield to off midfield and be charging home off the fast speed. And it's going to be fast because Edison's in the race and it's drawn the outside gate, so it'll want to get to the front. So I'm with Milford on top at $67, 0.25 units to win on it. Also 0.25 units to win on Packing Waltham for the Hayes boys. 54 kilos here, draws 9, will run well. It comes out of that same form reference. Shuffle Dancer, good run last start at Bendigo, draws 7 for a good run. And also King Magnus, can't leave it out of my top 4. Gets the 3 kilo claim for Ryan Houston, will be running well. I'm with Milford and Packing Waltham in the last race. It's now time for the quaddies. So close to winning one last week. We got SD Feeney in for the Mornington Cup, but I took on Frigid in the last race and didn't that backfire. I messed it up again. We were so close to winning one, but we'll move on to this week. So in race 7, number 1, Jigsaw. Number 3, General Bow. 4, Ray Magnerio. 5, The Astrologist. Race 8, The Showdown. 1, Link View. 4, Biz D. 5, Centre Square. 10, Lincolnshire. 11, Torrens. 12, Cosmic Ride, taking on Bold Bastille. Race 9, 2, Sell You I. 3, Bossy Nick. 4, Pantalone. 5, Moby Dick. 8, Treasure Way, taking on Hedged. And then in race 10 to finish the day, 1, King Magnus. 5, Milford. 12, Shuffle Dancer. 13, Packing Waltham. If we get that up, it'll pay a fortune. That's the quaddie this week. That's going to do it for this week's preview. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully one of the roughies can get up or at least get into a placing. Hopefully I've tipped you into a winner, and I'll see you all next week to do it all again. Bye for now.